Welcome back to the School of Wisdom. This video is an extension of the art of listening. I feel that there are some very important ideas which can help you become an effective communicator. So, the first one is the biggest problem of communication is the illusion that it has occurred. Now, what I mean by this is the fact that oftentimes we don't actually voice the thoughts that need to be heard. We somehow think that other people magically know what we're thinking, but it's just not true. If you want to be on the same level of reality as other people, in the sense that they understand what is emerging in your thoughts, you have to give voice to it. And like I said in this other video called Words Create Reality, by speaking those thoughts, you give the other person a sense of reality of what's going on in your mind. Now, I know a particular relationship where one person always thinks that the other person knows what the other person is thinking, in the sense that he actually tends to get mad at the other person because they don't know why they are not responding in the way that he wants. And what I try to convey to this person is the fact that, well, you have to give voice to those thoughts, because magically the other person isn't going to know what you're thinking. And so he's committing this kind of fallacious way of thinking, in the sense that he has this illusion that communication has actually occurred, but there has never been a bridge of communication. It's just all imaginatively being conjured in his mind. Now, being clear, Shakespeare had a great quote. He said, "Brevity is the soul of wit." And intrinsic to this idea is that the more clear that you can be, not being verbose, not using super words to try to communicate an idea, but just being clear and being economic, choosing words very carefully, words that will relate to the person on their sense of reality, which is this next idea. So, like, for example, if I'm talking to a physicist, I might use some kind of scientific terms or scientific analogies or concepts which will relate to them when I want to relate an idea. So, for example, if I'm talking to a physicist or someone who's studying physics, and they're having relationship problems with, say, a particular family member, I might describe that family member as someone who is a black hole. And while my friend, he might be like this source of energy and positivity, like a star, all of that light and goodness is being consumed by this black hole. And so, by using terms that are familiar with him on his sense of reality, I'm able to connect these deep ideas about the human experience. So, this is just another way of saying, know your audience. Know who you're speaking to. It wouldn't make sense to use high-flying words if that person didn't know what you're saying. So again, you need to not speak from your viewpoint of what you think is best to say. You need to speak from their viewpoint of what they need to hear. Reiterate your points. So if you come out and say something that you feel strongly about, and then you give some subpoints which help to validate that main point, at the end of your discussion, just reiterate what that main point is in context of everything that you said. If there's particular connections that you made while speaking, reiterate how those connections relate to the thesis. And good eye contact. Give people that good eye contact. I think it was Leonardo da Vinci that said, looking into the eyes is like a window into the soul. And so you're creating that connection, that soul-to-soul connection with people if you're looking them in the eyes. Now, if you're looking away, people may be thinking that you aren't valuing the conversation with them, or you're not valuing what they say. So don't go to the point where you're very intense about it, where you're giving them too much eye contact and they feel like they're suffocating perceptually. Just enough eye contact to where you show that what they say matters. Now, to reiterate my points so that you have something to walk away with, the biggest problem with communication is the illusion that it has occurred. Be clear. Brevity is the soul of wit. The best way to get your ideas across is not to spend 20 minutes when you can actually say what you want to say in one sentence. Relate to others on their sense of reality. Use terms that they're familiar with. If you explain something and they don't understand what you're saying, use another example. Use another example. And use enough examples till they finally can grasp and hold on to what you're trying to communicate to them. Reiterate your points, as I'm doing now. And give them good eye contact. Show them that you value what they say. This is the art of speaking. Thank you.